Hi, I'm Abidemi Sanusi. I'm an author and founder of Red Writer. I've written 10 books, commercial fiction, and I'm traditionally and self-published. And I've been featured in Forbes, the BBC, Reuters, and The Guardian, amongst other publications. And I want to talk to you about why you're not making, one of the reasons why you're not making any progress as a yet to be published author. And the biggest reason, a lot of people come to me because I'm a book coach. People come to me and they have ideas for a book. And maybe they've had this idea for a long time, but for a variety of reasons, they just haven't got the book published. And when I have conversations with them, a lot of themes, they're basically one of the key themes that comes out in the course of having this conversation with them is they will say things to the effect of, I downloaded this freebie and it said I can get my book written in 30 days. This person said, this writing guru said I can write my book in 30 days, but another one said it's meant to be 60 days. And somebody else said they had a framework for writing a book, and their framework is basically the only way to write the book. And then somebody else said, well, if you write a book this way, get AI to write it, or you do XYZ, then you're definitely going to make £1 million. I'm in the UK, so we use pounds, not dollars. Or let me just make it more universal. If you do, do XYZ, and I can guarantee that you'll make X amounts of money, £1 million, dollars, euro, or whatever, from writing a book. And that really is a challenge right there. So the problem we have right now is not the lack of information. It's the fact that there's a lot of information out there, and that is what basically is causing so much overwhelm and confusion for somebody who just has an idea for a book and they want to write it and they want to get it published. And because there's so much information, it leads to overload. And then they're basically kind of paralyzed and they can't make headways in terms of a book idea. And I'm going to talk to you and just reason, just level with you for a minute. I think that really is the problem, okay? When you go from that person, from this writing guru to that book coach, a lot of them are self-appointed, by the way. Somebody who maybe they wrote a 500-word book, and they uploaded it and the PDF it and they uploaded it to Amazon, or maybe AI wrote it, and they're now calling themselves, writers or authors or publishing experts. Anyway, we're not going to get into that. And I think really that really is the challenge, because it's so easy to be an expert these days. And for somebody who's on the outside, it's really hard to basically separate the experts from the noisemakers, because a lot of the time people don't want to listen to the experts. Well, I'm going to come at you. I'm going to tell you that a lot. So bearing all that in mind, the reason that you're one of the reasons, if you're an aspiring writer and you understand what I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to put you down. I think it's perfectly natural that when you're starting out in any industry, that you do all the research, that's necessary, because you want to find out. But at one point, it gets to be kind of overwhelming. And I think, and that's where a lot of the people that I speak to, that's the point that where they get to, where they're now paralyzed. They've got this information, but it's not helping them to actually write. And I'm not about that. I just want to give you, let's just flip it, okay? So if you're in that situation right now, okay, you've listened to the gurus, you've downloaded freebies upon freebies. This person said 30 days to write a book. That person said 60 days. That person said they've got a framework, that will help them, that will help you write a book and basically make £1 million of it. What I would like you to do actually is just to take a step back. Just relax and take a step back, okay? Take a step back. Just take a step back. I want you to listen to me. There are no shortcuts, okay, to writing a book. There is no secret sauce to writing a book. So if you've been going from pillar to post, listening to that person, or maybe you've even enrolled in a couple of writing programs, and maybe you've dumped out, maybe you've enrolled in a couple of writing programs, and that guru or that coach has said something that you don't like, and then you go and enroll in another one, spend another £5,000 or £10,000, because people do spend that amount of money actually So you're going from place to place, person to person, book coach to book coach, guru to guru. You're still looking for that secret sauce. You've done all the research, but it's been 5 years, it's been 3 years, it's been 10 years. You're just on this hamster wheel and you're yet to produce something tangible for your effort. I'm speaking to you and I'm pleading with you to stop. Okay? Writing a book, it's not easy, but there are ways that you can make it easier on yourself. And the number one thing that I would like you to do is stop going from pillar to post. You've accumulated all this information. You've accumulated all this knowledge, okay, from these gurus or book coach or whoever you've gone to. But have you actually taken a step back and implemented at least one thing that they've told you to do? If you do that, okay, so try and do that, okay? Try and implement at least one thing. Stop looking for the secret sauce. There is no secret sauce, okay? There is no secret, there is no magic, there is no way to basically write a book except to sit down and write it. So if you're looking for a magic way, some kind of secret or some kind of insider knowledge that authors have that would magically help you write your 80,000 fantasy, fiction book or 150,000 word fantasy, there isn't such a thing. There isn't such a thing. There isn't such a thing. So what I would say to you now is for you to stop looking for that secret sauce. Get off the hamster wheel. Implement at least one thing, okay, from all the gurus, okay? Stick with one guru. Implement at least one skill or one writing hack that they've given you and just see how it is. Or even better still, start with writing like 1 minute a day, 2 minutes a day, 3 minutes a day, 4, and just stack it up, okay? And I think once you do that, it will just make your life so much more easier, so much more easier. I've got people that I've spoken to initially about their writing as far back as 10 years ago, but they're still going on this hamster wheel. Oh, I'm going to speak to that person. I'm going to go to that person. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And they've yet to write a single word. And yet there are people that I speak to and they're like, Abidemi, I just want to talk to you about my book. Have you got 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Yeah, we get on the call. And the next thing they've like, oh yeah, you know what you said? I've tried it out. I know it's not perfect. I'm like, I would rather have somebody, okay, implement, talk to me or talk to whoever you want to talk to, implement it, and basically have an imperfect first draft, because at least they have something. Okay, at least they have something. Because what happens if you don't stop this hamster wheel of going to that person and just basically flitting around like a butterfly, you're never going to get anything done. And then you're going to hate yourself even more. And I think hate yourself even more. And that's the worst thing, because when I speak to people that I spoke to 5 years, 3 years, 10 years ago that have book ideas, a lot of them, they can't look me in the eye. They don't want to look me in the eye because they're embarrassed. But the thing is, like, I understand where they are coming from, because somewhere along the line, you've convinced yourself that, there's a secret source. Somebody else would just give me this magic potion that will help me sit down and write this book that's on my mind. Whereas the secret source really is as easy as you just sitting down to write the book. That really is it. So, like I said, this is not going to be, I don't think this is going to be a popular video because I'm just spitting out facts. And to be honest with you, it's not something that I actually intended to do today. So there may be a bit of waffling. I'm literally just doing this off the cuff. I am not saying this to basically point fingers at you or to make you feel bad about yourself. I'm literally just pleading with you that if you have an idea for a book and you've been going from pillar to post and you're going from this person to that person, that program, I'm just saying to you, get off the hamster wheel. You've been looking for some kind of secret source and there really isn't, okay? There really isn't. Writing a book is as easy as just sitting down and just typing and just writing and just writing. If you're one of those people that you've downloaded more freebies that you can shake your stick at, you've enrolled on more writing programs that you care about, I would just say to you, just try to implement at least one thing from those writing programs. Stop spending money, okay? Implement at least one thing from those writing programs and see how far you get. I would love to know your thoughts on this. So please drop your comments.